I am spearheading an effort to bring a national park and preserve to the Driftless region of southeast Minnesota, particularly centered around the Whitewater Valley. I've been working on this in my spare time in some form since December, and I've spent the past few months meeting with various groups and people to gather feedback and support, and that support is growing. This is separate from my job at KIMT, and you won't hear me report on it like I do other environmental topics.
So this morning I'm sitting down with Sean to ask some questions and learn a little bit more about this project. Sean, first, can you kind of explain what defines the Driftless area?
Yeah, so a lot of people maybe have only heard that term a couple of times, but the Driftless region is that area in southeast Minnesota, southwest Wisconsin, northeast Iowa, and a little bit of Illinois right there, where the glaciers during the Ice Age, several different glaciation periods came down and they missed this part of the country, so it wasn't flattened, and you end up with this really cool, really unique terrain, and with that you have a lot of unique species, and the ecology is wonderful.
If this area did become a national park, if your proposal was successful, what kind of things would people see change and what would be expected to stay the same?
You know, it's funny. Over the weekend, we launched this idea, and we've been talking to people behind the scenes for a long time now. There was a lot of support from people, which is great, but I think a lot of those are folks from the city who are excited to play in their new playground, and really, that's not quite the case. People still live there in this area, and while it is the largest protected area in the Driftless, the Whitewater Valley, this plan still calls for some form of expansion, right? But we're not taking land. There's no eminent domain. It's not about kicking people off their land. It's almost really about trying to find a really positive, cooperative framework for agriculture and showing how that can really benefit natural areas. So this is going to be something that takes decades. It's about making a framework by which this larger area, something more, can take place over time.
As we wrap up, can you break down the next steps in this process?
Yeah, sure. So right now I'm still reaching out to a lot of different groups and individuals, and there's a lot of emails I'm sending. So if I haven't gotten to you yet, well, you're about to get an email. But we're also setting up a couple of, kind of meetings, public meetings. There's actually already one scheduled in Rochester. Hasn't been announced yet, but it's July 11th with the Rochester Isaac Walton League. I'm talking with the Winona Wabasha Isaac Walton League chapters about something similar, and then I'm still in discussions for other ones. So that's going to be the next step. It's really just reaching out to different stakeholders about what the way forward with this is. And if you have any viewers, if you have any feedback, please let me know. I want to know that kind of stuff.
Yeah, you can find Sean on Facebook.
You can, and also there's a petition, I think, which we have, which I put out there on Friday, and right now we got 918 have signed, almost 1,000. So there's been a lot of support pretty quickly, which is nice to see.
All right, thanks for chatting with me, Sean. You can learn more about this project on its website. Sean will have that link for you on our website, KIMT.com. Coming up next.